actually planetary fortress being built, so actually canceling, I think, that orbital command earlier, going with a planetary fortress instead, not feeling as safe as he would have a minute ago. And now Chosen pulling an LZ Gamer and trying to sneak an expansion here at the 3 o'clock position, moving roaches out here to try to defend it. I'm wondering if he's leaving himself a little bit exposed, particularly at this natural expansion, against a lot of those Thors, especially without Hydralisks to kind of counter this. He does have some Overlords spotting up there. He's going to lose some drones here no matter what at this stage, and a couple Zerglings down below taking a bit of free damage. These Overlords also going to get wiped out. Keep in mind, group damage to air, so I should say splash damage to air. And yeah, now Chosen going to end up in the red. He's still ahead in supply, but I'm curious how long that's going to last. Finally opening up that back edge. The Roaches running up, but because they can't hop between the high ground and the low ground, QXC can just lift up, move them back around, and this is just brilliant. Really nice micro from QXC, really nice kind of strategy. But I gotta say, Chosen's making the best out of the situation, and he's maintaining macro pretty well, considering the amount of harassment that's being kind of invested here. Yet another Thor, more dropships, another command center for the high area, but he's also grabbing another barracks with some tech labs. So we are going to see a little bit of switch over to a bit more bio, and now Hydralisks out in the field, and the Hydralisks actually can do pretty well against these two Thors if they can just engage head up and some nice attack there. But still some beautiful micro, some beautiful harassment from QXC, and I really like this build on this map in particular, where you can really abuse that high ground and just kind of scoot them around. You can see just lifting up and backing them out as soon as they're at any threat, and using the beautiful range of the Thors. The Thors, when they're going air, they have that range of 10, which is ridiculous. They can kill those Overlords, push them back, and basically then there's no high ground spotting. Then they can go right back up to the edge and attack whatever they can see kind of on that corner. Chosen still not moving these creep tumors, which actually was what I was going to mention he needed to do at Hydra style and kind of creep up to deal with those Hellions. Got a little bit distracted in that comment. The Hydra's trying to engage here on that high ground, but going piecemeal one at a time in small numbers, not a good situation. More Hydralisks being produced, but this 3 o'clock base is producing for Chosen, so even though he is taking a lot of economic damage here, it looks like he's still doing okay. Really nice play from Chosen, dropping creep all over this. Well, didn't look like he managed to stop the command center. Well, no, he did. Okay, it's floating. So able to delay that command center a bit while... No, never mind. It is landed. It's just a weird visual effect, thinking I'm seeing a shadow here when I'm not. Upgrading to planetary fortress there to defend it as well. And it looks like QXC, through this harassment, through the Overlord kills in particular, that he's managed to get a significant macro advantage over Chosen. He's up basically 152 supply to 140, and Chosen now taking that upper right hand base. But I gotta say, Chosen's, even though these Thors being microed and doing a pretty good job of just keeping them off balance, he has adjusted to it rather well. More medevacs moving up with the Thors, which again I think is just hilarious. Blizzard, you guys, I love you guys for that. That just looks so good. Leaving one behind, it's like, oops, gotta pick you up too. It's like they're little suitcases in the air, except they're more like suitcases with nuclear missiles in them and heavy ordnances and whatnot. Sensor tower also placed to kind of get a good look at that army. It's really underutilized currently in StarCraft 2, and I think it's going to be one of the staples of Terran armies at large, because you can see a lot of movement almost in the entire map. You can see he's trying to track down that army so he can go engage it with this huge Thor force with the medevac support. He's also got a couple bio coming and throwing in yeah, and going to use the Selnaga watchtower to kind of spot as well, and microing back and forth, and he can really abuse, finally finding the gold mineral expansion, just completely wiping out that queen almost rapidly. And let's see that 250 millimeter cannon strike just tearing apart. Actually, I don't even know if he needed to use it there. Just tore apart that hatchery absolutely in seconds. These 4 Thors raining destruction upon Chosen's forces, just sneaking him back here. The Hydralisks just kind of falling behind. He doesn't have really, I think a big solution would getting to creep up the area so he can kind of run down these Thors instead of having them outmaneuver him. So continuing to move forward. There's actually not a lot of Hydras to even kind of deal with this, but QXC microing this very well, backing up. Chosen trying to take bases everywhere, but honestly these Thors, they unleash so much damage, and with that concentrated fire, the 250 millimeter cannon, I wonder how quickly they could actually take a hatchery out, and I kind of want to see that here in the near future. But no matter what, Chosen is being very distracted and doing a pretty good job of maintaining macro once again, taking a bit of damage, but microing back Oh, getting trapped on the high ground. Let's see if we see some infestor fungal growth to keep these guys pinned to the ground. One going up, but some nice micro just lifting up Thors and backing them off, trying to force retarget, but it looks like they are in fact going to get taken out. So QXC, very nice. Oh, might save it. He does in fact save it. Backs it off with just a fragile little bit of health with 2 of the medevacs, but still, I love this strategy. 177 supply though, and Chosen, you can see, just plummeted in a lot of supply. Lost a lot just in that last fight. Just Thors are so beastly, and he's going to be able, the other nice thing is he's kept him so off balance. Wow, huge supply actually advantage, and he's got now a big bio army that he can turn around and throw this out. I think Chosen might be able to cope with it though, because we did see some infestors out there, and I think they are still fielded. And he's well on his way to, he does have Hive Tech, he's well on his way to getting some of those more powerful Hive Tech units, specifically Broodlords, which are very, very strong. 9 o'clock location now being taken by QXC, and let's see if QC actually, he does have more Thors out in the field, he does have more dropships that he's built, and he's feeling really saucy, for lack of a better term, with these factories. So he's going to plant a couple more down and maybe just start going mass Thor medevac drops, just because it's been so effective for him thus far. Very mobile, very aggressive attack force. Some Marauders distracting, running to this 3 o'clock base. Looks like he's just going to suicide them in, take out a couple drones, while he simultaneously moves these Thors into the main to do a massive amount of damage there. So able to, and some nice micro on both ends actually. So the Thor is now waiting for the rest of the commands, but getting cleaned up, but looks like they got some decent emptying kills, but never mind, the Thor's going to back off along that corner. Just wanted to make sure they're in a nice protective position. Overlord there trying to drop creep, trying to be annoying, but very quickly taken out. Planetary Fortress now being upgraded, and this is a very, very strong base now. It's going to be hard to kind of crush this between the Planetary Fortresses and mobile Thors. That is a lot of damage that you can unleash very rapidly in a sensor tower. Looks like it was being built there to the, okay, it is in fact being built to that northern corner. And wow, big ball though of Hydralisks, Infestors, and Roaches, mostly Roaches. It looks like it's about 46 Roaches kind of pushing through here. But honestly, between the Thors, between the Marauders, and between the Marines, I have no idea who will win this fight, and I've got to favor QXC in this straight engagement. It depends on a lot on the fungal growth and kind of the movement here, and whether he can get, and he needs to keep these creep tumors moving forward if he's going to have any success, because he needs that increased mobility, particularly again, it's really important against Terran in general, but he's definitely going to need it against these Thors. And wow, QXC realizing he's out of position, able to drop here. Let's see if he can actually take out this Hive rather rapidly with, and I want to see it use the upgrade. There, yes, going to open up and devastate this Hive almost instantaneously. Wow, and you can see it did over 1,500 damage in just about 5 seconds. Unfortunately, it looks like they're distracting and killing the Overlords right now. There is a greater Spire up, though, for Chosen, and that could be a big game changer, because Thors have a really difficult time, and basically everything has a really difficult time. Again, everything in every army has a really difficult time against Broodlords. They're just very, very strong units. Looks like he was also able to get the Hydralisk Den. The Infestor Pit, though, not taken care of, and he wants to lift up, just retreat those units before he ends up getting them taken out. There are a couple Corruptors out in the field, and unfortunately, yeah, Corruptors mean, and also that Spire not getting taken out, means we are going to see Broodlords in short measure. And yeah, QXC is able to wander around, but as soon as you should see a big shift in the game as soon as the Corruptors morph into Broodlords. Looks like one of them getting taken out rather rapidly, but nice high ground advantage here for, well, maybe still be able to take this hatchery out. Man, those Thors do a lot of damage so quick. There's some Broodlords actually being fielded out. Even these 4 Broodlords are very, very strong, very, very big game-changing units, just because they unleash so many, just meat on the field. They're little broodlings, just do a ton of damage. They also get melee weapon upgradings, just so powerful. They create a lot of problems. Actually, I'm wondering with the medevacs and unleashing again on that layer in the upper right-hand corner. It doesn't look like they're able to do so. That was actually really